So I just wanted to say before I start, this is not, you see, a wig. Someone made a comment in one of my videos that it was. Anyway, I've got to come do my hair again now. Anyway, Mojo 2, you can see two videos I produced on this. One as a DAC video unto itself and also as a shootout, and you can check out these videos from the end screen. But what do I like about Mojo 2? Well, I like the quirky naming. I like the selection balls, the coloured selection balls. In fact, they're spheres. I like the metal case finish. And that's even before we get on to dealing with sound quality, which is fantastic with this product. But we're not here to talk about Mojo 2. We're talking about Poly, its add-on streaming module. I know this product has been out for a while, 2017 in fact, but it's the first time it's been reviewed by me, and a review is a review. So don't go throwing your shoe at the TV just yet, or your iPad. It'd be a bit more difficult, wouldn't it? So Poly's about half the size of a little fag packet, probably a pack of 10, even though I don't smoke. And it's got these two locating plastic pins. One goes into the optical socket, one goes into the coaxial socket. And then you've got two protruding micro USB jacks that take the digital signal and feed it into the Mojo 2. And then the other one, yep, you guessed it, the battery supply. Obviously Poly's got to have a battery in it. So does the Mojo 2. And there's a little socket here to charge Poly, and it passes on current to the Mojo 2, but there's intelligent battery sensing, so current is passed to where it's needed most. Chord say you actually get 9 hours battery charge, although to be honest, I haven't used mine long enough. But interesting for me, this uses a lithium polymer battery, which is the same type that I use in giant size electric radio control models that use a battery like this, although this is a considerably higher discharge rate battery. You'll notice that it has this little black window, and under that sits the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antennas. This is a Wi-Fi only streamer. There is no Ethernet socket. I doubt there would be space on the case for one anyway. But you'll notice there's these two little lights, and they are for the battery status and connection status for Mojo and Poly. But the cruncher of this product, the feature that makes it a real good audiophile product, is this little SD card where you can store your music and essentially make Poly a server. Everything else you do on your smartphone, computer or tablet. One thing to mention, you've got to have Poly on the same network as your tablet or computer or whatever, and it has to be on the 2.4 gigahertz band rather than 5 gigahertz. I was actually faffing with this quite a bit, but it's not a problem because nowadays most routers are obviously going to be dual band anyway. I've got mine connected to my imaginatively named network called Sci-Fi. If you want to use Roon, because this is a Roon ready device, go into Chord's Go Figure app and push the slider to select Roon, and then go back into Roon, into settings, find the audio tab, and then find your Poly in the list of connected devices under Roon Ready section. If you don't want to use Roon and you just want to use the Poly as a DLNA UPnP streamer for accessing, say, your NAS drive over your network or other computers or servers' drives, then go into the Go Figure app again and hit that same slider, yes, you guessed it again, and it turns off Roon and turns on other services. Because you don't actually get an app from Chord, you've got to use an aftermarket app like mconnect to play music off your network. I'm actually using the free light version, but if you want to play music off Poly's SD card using such an app, basically hit play to, and then select Poly as the output device, and then under the browser tab and under local server, hit Chord Poly again, and then music and all music, and basically that's it. You just start playing music off Poly's SD card drive. So if you've spent all your money on a streamer like this Poly, you're going to want to put in good quality streaming services. So your Tidals and your Quobuzzes, most audiophiles like those as their primary services. You can't actually use Spotify in mconnect. You can use Tidal and Quobuzz. Spotify do things a slightly different way because they don't like their streaming integration in other apps. But that's not really a biggie because you can play to the Poly via AirPlay too from the Spotify app, and obviously any other app for that matter that can deal with AirPlay. If you configure your Poly to be in Poly Hotspot mode, you can't use it out and about for playing streaming services, Quobuzz, Tidal, Spotify. You can only use it to play music off the Poly's SD card drive. However, if you put it in tether mode, you can use your mobile phone to send internet data to the Poly to play streaming services when you're out and about. There's no doubt that if you connect your Mojo 2 to your mobile phone like an iPhone, it takes on a more sheenier, spacier, kind of brighter character. All the characteristics of the noise that you associate with those types of phones. I found that if you then put the Poly back on, you get a richer, more refined type sound. And again, when you then use the SD card, it improves to another step, particularly in terms of the dynamics and just a more focused and full-on presentation. Suspect this is probably due to the fact that streaming services are obviously compressed. Incidentally, your SD card's got to use exFAT, which isn't a post-diet status, it's a formatting system. So what didn't I actually like about the Poly? Well, the first thing is obviously, I've said it in the other Mojo 2 review, these cheap white stickers they put on the back that just cheapen the product. It's just not befitting of a product at this type of price. And then the other thing that I had an issue with is tethering not being mentioned or easily explained in the manual as to how you set it up and the steps that were involved in terms of the order of connecting and turning things on and off. I think Chord could have explained that in the manual better. On the whole, I actually think this is a good product, a very good product, insofar as streaming quality and use and function. And if you've spent all that money on the Mojo 2, you're probably going to spend it again on a device like this, even though it is nichely expensive in an audiophile kind of way. But also, I think this is a product for compatibility use and just making streaming cleaner and easier without all those wires that you have connected to your mobile phone into streaming DACs and amps. The Poly 2. All right, I know this review that go into the optical, oh f***ing hell.